Good afternoon to all my students and viewers. Here I am again with another episode, Desi English and Common Errors. If you remember, in my last session, I was talking to you about the importance of English, how important English is. I was also talking to, especially it is very important for the students like you. And one of the most important thing which I told you was, knowledge of English is a passport to you to the prestigious top-notch universities in the world. Now today I will be continuing some of the common errors all of us make, especially students make in our daily conversations. So here we go. Before that, I would like to tell you about a very famous personality. Can you look at the screen and see? Some of you might recognize him. He is one of the most famous playwright, George Bernard Shaw. He was born in 26th July 1856 and died in 2nd November 1950. In his lifetime, he wrote almost 60 plays, that is 60 dramas. And in 1926, he was awarded Nobel Prize for Literature. Now, in one of his most famous plays, he introduced a character, and the name of the drama is Pygmalion. You can see that. And he introduced a character called Elisha Doolittle. Now, Eliza was a girl, very illiterate girl, uneducated girl, who was selling flowers in the streets of London. He also introduced another character, Professor Henry Higgins. Now, Henry Higgins has a habit of standing in the busiest streets of London and takes note of the people's mistakes, whatever mistake they commit, or the way they talk. As you know, in England, we have different dialects. In every part of India, even Telangana, we have different dialects. People speak Telugu with different dialects. So also Tamil or Hindi with a dialects. There is a small variation of the language, it's called dialect. So Professor Higgins notices this girl and she speaks Cockney dialect. It's a dialect spoken in some part of England where mostly uneducated people speak that. He was very much curious to find out why this girl speaks like this, and immediately he decides that he will choose this girl, adopt this girl and make her very educated within few months. Now, one of his friends was another like-minded person, Colonel Pickering. He was also a lover of language and especially phonetics, and Professor Higgins was a professor of phonetics, and they had a bet, and they bet saying that the Professor Higgins told his friend, you look at that girl there in the streets of London, I will make this girl within few months as an educated girl and I'll pass her like a duchess. Now duchess is an aristocratic family member, is a royal blood, very educated in those days. So within 6 months, this girl who was selling flower in the streets of London passed in a party. Everybody wants to know her name. She was speaking such a chaste English and her manners were very well polished, and everybody was surprised. So then the story goes on like this. At the end, Elisha says, now I cannot go back to my society. I cannot go back to my old profession of selling flowers because now I am speaking well and my manners are polished. Now what can I do? You have done a wrong thing to me. So the story ends that way. So now why I said this story to you today? Not the story, the drama. Why I introduced this drama? To tell you, with an effort, we ourselves can polish our language and completely transform our language very well. So now let us go to the topic, Desi English and the common errors. Now, look at the screen. When somebody asks you, most of us say, what's the time? Then we say, it is 11 a.m. in the morning. Do we need to say that? Should we say, it's a wrong sentence. It is 11 a.m. in the morning. It's a wrong one. We should say, it is 11 a.m. or it is 11 in the morning. Similarly, it is 10, 9, 8 a.m. or it's 8 in the morning. We should never say, it is 11 a.m. in the morning. Now, the second sentence, do one thing, call and find out. Usually, when you wanted to give advice or console your friend is very sad, then you naturally will go to him and say, hey, do one thing, call and find out. No, never say do one thing. We can do so many things. So, call and find out, that's all you should say. Then, very common among the students, you almost every time you use this, sleep is coming. Sleep is not coming. You should say, I am sleepy. Then, do you have any doubts? After our lecture or after you are speaking for some time, naturally we ask your friends or those who are listening to you, we'll ask, do you have any doubts? Never say that. You should say, do you have any questions? Or simply, any questions? Then, the second sentence, the fifth one. There is a bandh in the city. It is very common, especially the political parties call for a strike. And we say, no, today buses will not run. There is a bandh in the city. It's a Hindi word, but when you want to say, you should say, there is a strike in the city. And the next sentence, my co-brother-in-law or co-sister-in-law, adults. I heard many adults speaking, even educated people, some teachers, some professors, they all say, oh, he is my co-brother-in-law or she is my co-sister-in-law. No, there is no such a word. You say, it is your wife's brother or your brother's wife's sister's husband or your brother's sisters or whatever. So, you should never say like this, co-brother-in-law, co-sister-in-law. This is very commonly used by people. And next one is, he has a fever. You should never say he has a high fever. You should always say he has a high temperature or simply say he has a fever. Never say he has a high fever. It can be high temperature. You can have a high fever. You can have only a temperature or simply say he has fever. Then you wanted to ask your friend for an envelope. Most people say, can you please give me a cover? Cover is something else. You cover somebody. You cover it up something. But this is a thing which you use for writing a letter or putting something. Then you should say, can you please give me an envelope? The next sentence, why did you cut the call? When someone calls you and the call get disconnected abruptly or suddenly, maybe because of some network problem, the phone gets switched off or this gets disconnected and say, oh, when I am calling him, he cut my call. It's very common, is it? So, most of you hear that one. But you should say, why did you hang up abruptly? Or why did you disconnect my phone? Or he has hung up. This correct word is hung up. He has hung up the phone. Or when it gets disconnected, say it got disconnected. Next one. Oh, suppose you ask, many people will say, I will do my best, I will do my level best, sir, or I will do my level best, teacher or madam. You say, I will do my best. There is no level best. I will do my best. The next one, next sentence. Can you give me your mail ID? Can you give me your mail ID? There is no mail ID. You should say email ID. Mail is something different. You should say, can you give me your email ID? Next one is, my leg is paining. Yes, it's very common among the students, young learners. You will always say, my leg is paining. You should say, my leg is hurting. Oh, it is hurting. My leg is hurting. My hand is hurting. There you don't say, there is a pain on my hand. My leg is paining. My hand is paining. No, my leg is hurting or my hand is hurting. Next sentence. He has loose motion. Yes. So, you are not feeling well and why were you absent yesterday? Your friends will ask. Immediately some students, when you have some problem in the stomach, you say, I had a loose motion, or my friend had a loose motion. There is no word called such a loose motion. You say he has an upset stomach, or he had a diarrhea. The best thing is to say he has an upset stomach, or he has a diarrhea. Diarrhea again is a disease, but now and then you have that, okay, upset stomach, or his stomach was upset, or an upset stomach, whatever. The next sentence, she is sitting on my head. Wow, she is sitting on my head. This is very common sentence we hear from the students. She should say, she is after me to do it, or she is persuading me. My teacher is sitting on my head, or my elder sister is sitting on my head, my father is sitting on my head, my mother is sitting on her. No, you should say she is after me to do it, or she is persuading me to do it. That's the correct thing, you say. Then these days very common. Can you SMS me? I have no time. Can you SMS me a number? Can you SMS your email ID? No. You should say, can you send me the text message, or can you message me? These two things. Can you send me a text message, or can you send a text message to me? So this is how you should say. The next sentence. All of us do this whenever we go to a historical place, or whenever we meet a great personality. These days the style is selfie. Now yesterday I told you the selfie itself has become the part of the English lexicon, English vocabulary. This year they have it. Selfie is an English word. You take the camera and take a click. So that is called selfie. Now similarly, earlier we used to say, let us take some snaps. No, that is the wrong thing. You should say, let us click some pictures. Then, would you like to have some sweet? It's very common. Would you like to have some sweets after a meal or before a meal? Would you like to have some sweet? But no, we should say, would you like to have a dessert? Would you like to have a dessert, or some dessert please? This is how we have to ask. Then the next sentence, I need a new system to do my work. Those of you are tech savvy, or those of you want to work on a computer or a laptop, then suddenly you will say, oh, I could not finish my work because I don't have a system. I don't have a system, or you wanted to ask your superiors, or your teacher, or your elders, you wanted a computer, you wanted to have a laptop or a desktop. You say, I don't have a system. Never say I don't have a system. System is something different. So I need a new computer to work, or I need a new computer to work with. I need a desktop, I need a laptop. You should say like that. The next one is, it's very, very common. Even, sorry to say that, even some of our teachers, some of the professors in English, some of the professors, then very educated people also, they say there are 26 alphabet in English. Alphabet is only one. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. There are 56 letters in the Telugu alphabet. There are 44 letters in the Hindi alphabet. So there are letters of the alphabet. You cannot say there are 26 alphabets in English. No, it is wrong. Without maybe much thinking, they say this. No, just get it correct. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. Then the very interesting one. Now we are going to be the next. Our season is the summer season is passing. The next is rainy season, and suddenly you look at the sky and say, oh, the rain is coming. The rain is coming, or the rain is falling. Can we say that? You should say it's raining. When it say very less rain, you should say it is drizzling. And when it's very heavy rain, you should say it is raining cats and dogs. I repeat once again. When it's a very less rain, you say it is drizzling. And it is a normal rain, you say it's raining. Never say rain is falling or rain is coming. And it is a heavy rain, you say it is raining cats and dogs. Okay, the next one. Can I take leave? Suppose you are in the meeting, or you are talking with your friends. Suddenly you wanted to leave. Can I take leave? Never say. Can I be excused? Or excuse me, you say excuse me and you leave the place. Or you say, can I take your leave please? Can I be excused? You should say. Never say, can I take leave? No. You don't take leave. You take leave when you are working. So when you are talking, when you are discussing something and you wanted to go away, you say, can I be excused? Or excuse me, then you leave the place. The next one is, oh, it's a time waste. It's a time waste. Very often I heard people saying, it's a time waste. Looking at the WhatsApp, looking at Facebook, it's a time waste. No, you should say, it's a waste of time. Waste of time. I hope you remember all this when you speak. The next sentence is, I came on my two-wheeler. I came on my two-wheeler. There is no way two-wheeler. You should say, you cannot ride on two wheels. You should say, I came on my motorcycle, or I came on my scooter. I came on my motorbike or motorcycle or a scooter. So never say, I came on my two-wheeler. The next one. Here is my visiting card. You might have, when you grow up, you will find some executives, some people who are doing business. They'll come to you, or they'll come to your principal. They'll come to the principal office. Or when you grow up, you also will have this card. It is called business card. You should not ever say it's a visiting card. Very common, very casually they say, please take my visiting card. Or when you meet some business guys, business executives, you say, do you have visiting card? No. Next time say, do you have a business card? Or when you want to offer somebody, do you have a, this is my business card please. So never say visiting card. The next one, very common again. Last time also I have mentioned a part of it. I have to write an exam next week. I have to write an exam next week. You should say, I have to take an exam next week. I have to take an examination next week, or exam next week. Short form of examination is exam. The next one, look at the picture. By now you can understand, he's a chef. And some people say, oh, he is a professional cooker. It's not a cooker. Cooker is different, something we put on an oven. So I am a professional cooker. Never say, I am a chef, or he is a chef. Then it's very common. You wanted to show your uncle or auntie lives on the floor above. I heard people saying, my uncle lives on the top of my house. On the top of my house, you say. No, you should say, my uncle lives on the floor above us. He lives floor above us. Suppose you are on the second floor and he lives on the third floor. Right. So my uncle lives on the floor above us. Next, above my house. No. The next one. Again, you wanted to find out where do your house is, and very often people say, even adults say, where are you put up? Where are you put up? There is no put up. Where do you stay? Or where is your home? Or where is your house? That's all you should ask. Where are you put up? No, never. You should say, where do you stay? Where is your house? Or where is your home? Okay, the next one. You wanted to say that somebody did that work project. Swapna herself only did that project. Only. Should be very careful when using the word only. And that only can give you different meanings when you put it in a different place of the sentence. Swapna herself only did the project. You should never say that. You should say, Swapna did this project all by herself. Swapna did this project all by herself. The next one. Where your house comes? Where your house comes? Very casually people ask, where your house comes? Suppose you are walking in the street and you want to ask your friend, suddenly you will ask, where your house comes? The short way of asking to find out where the house is. Where is your house, or where is the which is the direction to your house? Where is your house? Or which is the direction to your house? Should say that way. Okay. The next one. It is more better, using two superlative. If you, I think in the previous classes, some of our teachers who are introducing you grammar, the degrees of comparison, positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree, the small and the next. So when you want better, best, so you should not use two comparative degrees, more, better, more beautiful than, better than. So you should never use these two sentences together. It is better than, you should say. We cannot say it is more better than, my pen is more better than yours. No, should not say. Should say it is better than. Always remember, never use two comparative sentences, comparative words. Both are comparative words, more and better. More is used sometimes in some other sentences, some better is used in some other sentences, but never use both together. So always say it is better than. Then she is fully tired, yeah. Yeah is a very common slang. I call it a slang. Slang means you use the words which is not proper. She is fully tired, yeah. So when you are tired, you say she is so tired, she is completely tired, she is very tired. So these are the words you should say. You should not say she is fully tired, yeah. Fully tired, there is no fully tired. You cannot be half tired, right? So you should say fully tired. So you should say she is completely tired or she is very tired. That's it. Then this is a very, very common, I want you to look at it very carefully. Those of you are writing, this is very, very common among the people. This comes in writing. It's and it's, it is. It's and it is. Now it's is a possession. It's is a short form of it is. The car broke its windscreen. The next one is it is broken. Remember, it's. The next one is it's broken. The car broke its windscreen. It's broken means it is broken. The next one, again it's very common, people use it. I didn't went. Again very common among the students, young students. I didn't went to the market today. I didn't go to the school today. I didn't went to the class today. You should say I didn't go to the market today. I didn't go to the class today. I didn't go to the school today. You should never say I didn't went. Went is a past tense. Did also a past tense. So double past tense. No, you should not use that. The next sentence is just like only I went to my uncle's house. Just like only. It's very common again if you are, I used to listen to the students whenever I visit the schools. And it is very interesting to note down some of the English spoken by the students. You wanted to, that's a very good thing, you are speaking English, but what I want you to say, continue speaking English without any fear, but be conscious of, whenever you have a chance, be conscious of speaking English. Try to speak correct English. So that's why I wanted you to correct English. So I went to my uncle's house for the heck of it. Just like only I went to my uncle's house. Just like only I went to the kitchen. Just like that only I went to the playground. No, I went to the playground just for the heck of it, just for the fun of it, you can say. The next one is I am having a lot of work now. I am having a lot of work. Having is a possession. I am having a lot of work. No, you should say I have a lot of work now. So you will have suddenly when you wanted to speak, the temptation to speak very fast, and before you speak in the initial days, try to think whether it is think in English, never think in your own mother tongue, our own mother tongue in Telugu. So when you try to think in Telugu, or in other mother tongue, your own mother tongue, different mother tongue, maybe the English, you will get it wrong. Try to think in English. That's why these sentences will add to your vocabulary, add to your language. So this is very important for you. I am having a lot of work now. No, never say. You should say, I have a lot of work now, or she has a lot of work now. My mother is busy. She has a lot of work now. Now, what are your hobbies? Somebody asks you. Then you say, I like playing, I like football, I like traveling, I like watching movies, etc., etc. And here is a sentence. I like listening musics, because a lot of music you want to listen. So there is no plural for that, music. So some people always, some students always say, sometimes even adults also say, I like listening musics. No, you should not say that. I like listening to music, because you have to listen to something. So I like listening music. The next sentence. She couldn't be able to help you. She couldn't be able to help you. What do you wanted to say? You wanted to say that she was unable to help you. She was unable to help you. So never say she couldn't be able to help you. No, she was unable to help you. The next sentence. My mother made me to study hard. Oh, it's a punishment, right? Making you to study at home. All of us like to play. Even I was a student. So I like to play. Studying is something which we dislike often. So when you don't like that, you complain to your friend or somebody, say, my mother made me to study hard, or my teacher made me to study hard. You should say, my mother ensured that I study hard. My mother ensured that I study hard. Or my mother compels me to study hard. So this is how you have to speak. I hope you are all noting down, students, because this is very important for your accumulation of English, correct English language. And I am sure if you speak correct English, you can surprise your friends, you can surprise somebody when you go out. Remember, learning of English is passport, getting a passport to top-notch universities in the world. Now, here another typical sentence. Before me there are 2 brothers, then me 3 more sisters are coming. Just look at the sentence once again. I am sure that most of you are laughing now. Oh, even I also. You may be thinking in your mind, yes, very often you have used this one. Before me there are 2 brothers, then me 3 more sisters are coming. Now, just try to understand what the meaning of that. The speaker wanted to say, I have 2 elder brothers and 3 younger sisters. I have 2 elder brothers and 3 younger sisters. To say that, the speaker has spoken, before me there are 2 brothers, then me 3 more sisters are coming. I have 2 elder brothers and 3 sisters. Similarly, any number of brothers or sisters you add, this is how you have to speak. Then, he is my real brother, my own brother. What do you want to say? There is no fake brother, right? If you have a brother, he is your real brother. He is your own brother. So you simply say, he is my brother. You do not say, we most favorite. You should never use another that unnecessarily. The using of most is unnecessarily there. You simply say, he is my favorite actor. He is my favorite actor. Then, yes, here is a proud lady or a proud man. The way she stands. Look at her, how she is standing. Very proud. Now, looking at her, you say, she is very proudy. Yes, these also I heard for people saying, oh, she is very proudy, I don't talk to her. Now, when you don't talk to her, what do you say? You say, I am not on talking terms. Suppose, in Telugu you call it, I don't know what you call it, alagatam. So you say, I don't talk with her, katif you say, right? So what do you want to say? You should say, oh, she was my friend, but I am not in talking terms. That means Dost katif. So that's all, Desi English again. So you wanted to show that you are not talking with your friend anymore, or your classmate anymore. Then you say, I am not in talking terms with her. And you say, when you are angry with somebody, you don't want to talk, you refuse to talk. Then you say, somebody is sitting there, your friend doesn't want to talk to her, and she sits like this. Then you should say, my friend is sulking, S-U-L-K-I-N-G. My friend is sulking. This is by the way of when I looked at that lady, one who is very proud. I remembered these sentences. That's why I said this. Sulking means you don't want to talk to somebody. Right. Now, looking at the lady again, come back to the lady. She is very proudy, they say. No, you should say, she is very proud, or he is very proud. Then you want to caution somebody. You are going for a journey. Then you wanted to give an advice to your friend. What do you say? Carry more extra food with you. Carry more extra food with you. You see, more and extra. It is again unnecessary use of food, unnecessary use of words. More extra. And by the way, again, maybe another episode we will come back you with redundancy. Using of words unnecessarily. That is also part of our language. We Indians, very often we use words which are not necessary. That is called redundancy. Okay, we will come back maybe another episode with that. Come back to our sentence. Carry more extra food with you. Carry extra food with you. That's all. Don't add more extra. The next one is, my maths is very weak. My maths is very weak. Never use math. You say, either you say mathematics or math. I am weak in math. My maths is very weak. No. I am weak in mathematics or math. Now you look at that green board. You write something there and you ask your friend, kindly rub the board. Oh, please rub the board. Rubbing is different. Now what do you want to do? Somebody wrote on the green board or a black board and you wanted to erase it. So you should say, kindly erase the board. Never say, kindly rub the board. No, you rub on your body. You have a sprain, then you gently rub with a balm. You cannot rub the board. What do? You erase the blackboard because you have written something there. The next sentence, I gave my English exam yesterday. I gave my English exam yesterday. You should say, I took the English examination yesterday, or I took English or math or science or whatever subject, whatever it is. I took the English exam yesterday. Then the next sentence, you wanted to ask your friend for a pen. You want to inquire whether she or he has a pen or not. Then what will you say? Are you having a pen? Very often people ask, are you having a pen? Then your friend also will reply, yes, I am having a pen. Do you have a pen? Then the friend might reply, yes, I have a pen. Are you having a pen? Never ask. Do you have a pen? So this is the correct sentence. Next you see, many a times we make mistakes. Very often, this is actually when we write something, not in a spoken language, but usually I have seen people writing this way. Many a times we make mistakes. Many a times, no, you should write, many times we make mistakes. Many times we make mistakes. The next sentence, you need not to worry. You need not to worry. But you should say, that is a wrong sentence again. You should say, you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry. The next sentence, this is more better than that. Again, I told you, this is again it's a repetition of the sentence. This is better than that. Now you understand what is the reason. 2 degrees, 2 comparative words were used. Next sentence you see. Can you take out the meaning of this word? Yes, very often I have heard people, the students using this word, this sentence. Can you take out the meaning of this word? This is not taking out. That as though some words are there in the cupboard, you pull it out. No. Or you pick it up. No. You should find, suppose you wanted to tell that word, you should speak like this. Can you find out the meaning? Find out the meaning of this word, not take out the meaning. You cannot take out, that's also, it is hidden. No. Can you find out the meaning of this word? This is how we have to speak. The next one, slowly, slowly he will learn. Slowly, slowly you come. So, use of double meaning of those 2 words quickly. Dheere dheere in Hindi you say. Slowly, slowly he will come. He will learn. Oh, come slowly, slowly. No, use only once. He will learn slowly. Oh, come slowly. This is how you have to speak. No, slowly, slowly he will learn. Or slowly, slowly come. No, he will learn slowly. The next sentence. Can you suggest me a good movie? Can you suggest me a good movie? The very word suggest is you are telling me. So, you need not tell me again me. You don't use that word. Can you suggest a good movie? Don't say can you suggest me a good movie, or can you suggest me a good book, or can you suggest me a good doctor? No, you should say can you suggest a good movie, can you suggest a good book, can you suggest a good doctor. Okay. The next one, me and my friends went shopping. Me and friends. So, remember last time also I told you. So, I wanted you to reinforce that. Once again I wanted to look at that and say I will come at the end of the persons. My friends and I went shopping. Me and my friends went shopping. No, never put me first. You should say my friends and I went shopping. The next sentence. He do not have a laptop. He do not have a laptop. Or he do not have a cell phone. He do not have a computer. No, he is a third person singular. So, we should say, I am sure that your previous teachers also might have told you about subject verb agreement. The subject has to agree with the verb. So, this is a subject verb agreement. So, he does not, third person singular. So, you should say he does not have a laptop or she does not have a laptop. You cannot say use that have. He do not have a laptop. You cannot use have with he or she. She does not have a laptop or she does not have a mobile phone. The next last sentence you see. Does she has a car? Does she has a car? Again, using of plural, both. Again, it's a redundancy. Don't use both. Does and has. You should not use both. Does she has a car? No. You should say, does she have a car? Here you use have because you used does in the beginning. Does she have a car? Okay. The next sentence. You want to now, I am sure that you are all eagerly waiting for the school to reopen. Are you not? It's a long time. Yes, we are all eagerly to come back to our offices, come back to the school. We also would like to visit you in the schools. We are all missing you. So, I am sure that you are all eagerly waiting to come back to the schools. You may be tired of sitting at home. So, you take a phone and dial your friend and say, today school is there? Very short way of asking. Today school is there? Then what do you will ask? What will you ask? You should say, is it a working day today? Is it a working day? Today office is there? Then some adults, those who are working, they will ask, today office is there? Very short form of asking. No. Is the office working today? Is the school working today? Or do we have a class today? So, this is how you have to ask. The next sentence, that only she is very arrogant. Yes, another very common only. Last time also I referred to that. Only, use of only. That only she is very arrogant. The correct sentence is, that is what I said. She is very arrogant. You wanted to say what I mean to say. You emphasize that sentence and say, that is what I said. She is very arrogant. Next sentence. He did not wrote the test last week. He did not wrote. Again, two past tense came. This is the second sentence. The previous sentence also you remember I have told you about this. He did not wrote the test last week. What you should say? You should say, he did not write the test last week. He did not write the test last week. Did and wrote. You should write did and write. Did already say past tense. So, write should use a present tense now. He did not write the test last week. Not he did not wrote the test last week. Now, what is the time? Suppose you want to know the time. Your friend is having a watch. What is the time in your watch? Time everywhere is same. It is an instrument to measure the time. Wristwatch is an instrument to use the time. So, how will you ask? Will you ask what is the time in your watch? It is very common, very often I heard people saying, and it's very often so. It's a common mistake made by even adults as well. What is the time by your watch? What is the time by your watch, you should say. The next sentence. Our classroom is in the second floor. Our classroom is in the second floor. Is it a correct sentence? No. You should say our classroom is on the second floor. On the second floor or third floor, whatever. And the last, it's very common again. Somebody thank you. It's very often we get somebody's help or we do help and somebody thank you us. Thank you very much. Then immediately what do you say? Don't mention it, mention not. Do you say that? We only Indians and most of the foreigners are surprised to hear that when you say don't mention it or mention not. Never say that. You are welcome. Oh, you are most welcome. You should say, oh, you are most welcome. Oh, welcome, madam. Suppose you are teacher, you help your teacher and she thanks you, or your principal, thank you very much. Better they will say. Then what will you say? Don't mention madam. You say don't mention sir or mention not sir, will you say? No. If you are saying, please stop using that. You should say don't mention it, or should say you are welcome madam. Never say don't mention it or mention not. You are welcome madam. You are welcome sir. Yes, I have come to the end of the episode. I am sure that all of you might have benefited and most of you have taken note of these mistakes and try not to repeat them in your daily conversations or when you are writing. Now, at this juncture, I would like to tell you a very interesting English serial. It is called Mind Your Language. It was aired between 1976 and 78. It's a serial. It's a British broadcasting TV. They have aired those ones. It is called Mind Your Language. It's about adult students. They are grown-up students. They want to learn English. Like some of you know about the Hindi movie English Winglish, wherein our ex-actor Mrs. Sridevi acted as a heroine. So, like English Winglish, so an old English serial, TV serial, Mind Your Language. So, you type in your Google, in your YouTube, Mind Your Language, you will get a number of episodes. Do watch. It's about the story of adult students from different nationalities. There are students from India, Pakistan, Spain and Japan, China. So, how they talk in the classroom. It's a very hilarious one. It's a very funny one. You laugh. The same time you will pick up some of the English words which is used in the classroom. I am sure that students, Swarrows and viewers, you might have enjoyed this episode and benefited out of this one. I am sure that we will come back with maybe 1 or 2 more episodes wherein I'll talk about or we will talk about redundancy, that is unnecessary use of words. So thank you very much for the participation. Thank you.